welcome to Season 2, Episode 8 of the Endpoint.ROG Academy. I'm not going to be speaking for long today because obviously with the new direction of the content, we want to show you more behind the scenes sort of stuff with the team. Just to add on top of what's been going on and update everyone, with Temporary, he's a fantastic player. He's got so much potential as a young kid. Obviously, he came straight into the team, almost not so much thrown in the deep end, but it was kind of rushed because we had games upcoming, so we only had little time to prepare. So far, he's gone back into his more comfortable roles. He's playing positions that he would much prefer to play, and overall, we've already seen a massive improvement from him. I spoke to him yesterday, and it is going, he's enjoying it. I went through why the change is happening. I didn't want him to take it to heart as a young player. But so far it's been good, and I can only see massive improvements coming, and in the near future him being a potential star. Just to reiterate, obviously a lot of the people in the community might be looking at these changes and thinking, what's going on within the team, and it might look on the outside sort of confusing, but it's a slow process. Now, like as I said, the whole interchange between the 6th and 7th into the active 5 roster is going to happen quite a lot. You're going to see players come in and out of the starting 5, and on the outside people will see that as the bench when it's not, but you're going to see that quite a lot. So obviously don't be confused. It's something that we're working behind the scenes to ensure that these players overcome their problems and issues, and it allows the active 5 to play as much as possible and to gain their highest potential. We started the season very slow. We know that ourselves. We know that we're not going to be getting results instantly. It's still essentially a core 3 team with new changes, so essentially it's a new team for us. We've had minimal preparation in regards to the season, and we're working hard to try and get back to the level that we should be at, and hopefully starting to get the results in the near future. Playoffs is still available to reach. That's something we're aiming for. Even sitting at 2 and 5, we're hoping to win out now and win every game we possibly can to reach that playoffs. And if we don't, we still know and understand that we're developing these players, and hopefully in the near future we'll start to get that chemistry, start to get that foundation built, and it allows us to bring this 6th and 7th player in and out when possible, and they would know exactly how to come into the team and play. They'd know every single strat, they'd know every single play that we do, and it's almost like we're using a player from the current 5 anyway. We tried this yesterday with Temporary, went over everything during the day. He came in and played for a player in the active 5, and it felt like there was no change. There's still a lot to be worked on. There's still a lot of the ins and outs that I need to focus on to ensure that this does work. With this new change of direction of content, you're going to see stuff behind the scenes now, like obviously in our game and preparation, the integration that we've had with the main team. But yeah, overall, from an outside perspective, don't think in too much. It's taken us time. It's going to take a while for us to get back on track. At the end of the day, we're just working hard to ensure that we can get the results now. Other than that, enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next one.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, ready for CSGO action.
Fake.
My name is DK Troom, and again,
Just keep walking, Rich. Keep walking. Still nothing B, lads.
We're right there.
Get ready to go soon.
Rotate.
Hey.
Mid one.
Hey.
Yeah, outs first.
Nice,
Nice,
Rich.
Rich.
Chill on the retake.
It was an outs pop, so 3 or 4 out
Yeah,
short.
yeah.
Let's just wait.
Plan G2.
Yeah.
Go together.
I'm waiting for you middle.
No kit.
It's just selling
Going outs, going outs, Bev. Nice.
Nice, Kev. No
Going
kit,
outs
remember.
Hit, big hit.
Dead big pit.
Nice.
Hit.
Go together.
Just lost none.
Probably sight.
Yep.
Sight.
Nice. Clean round.
We should go all runes. Joe smokes banana and then double flashes runes for retake.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
flash runes?
We're
Wait,
smokes
hold
off,
on.
just chill, just chill.
Very campaign Dex.
I got late city.
Spaded now,
Joe
ready
can
to
flash
go.
twice.
Nuclear
Flash.
flashing now. Flashing again.
Pull.
On top, dark.
Dead.
Dark.
Emo.
Dark dead, dark dead.
Banana one.
Gun
taking
it,
it.
gun it.
I will take it. Banana dead.
What's that?
One more, I think.
Stay on
Banana.
it.
Dead!
Nice.
Come on,
Nice.
boys,
Joe.
let's go.
Well fucking played. Good retake,
Beautiful
boys.
retake. So far, the way they've played is just heavy banana.
Yep.
Like
I'll
every
just play
round's
retake from
heavy
now.
B, and then the guys in like alt mid and middle are very, very passive. Like very, very passive.
I could
So that's
even
what
come
stuff
start
that.
B with you
Microphone
because
muted.
they just seem to take it.
I'll just
dry.
run retake util twice, probably. And then if there's nothing late, we know it's going to be an NB, we'll just get you rotated off long. And we'll just play through towards B late.
Sounds good.
What I've gathered, like, I genuinely think that we need to like make a play, like walk push apps and kill this guy and start like 3v, like literally just start 3v, yeah, with no nades, just have like good pistols and maybe like a flash or something to pop in like when they come in, maybe a Molotov or something if you can afford it, and just have
I'll come
Kevin
be with you,
Rory
boys,
like
then.
walk push apps, because they're having one guy passive alt mid, one guy passive mid, yeah, and they have 3 heavy B early. So if we can get into that like a good area on A whilst they're being heavy B, when they come back to middle and stuff, it's just we just own them. You know what I mean?
Give me your flash, and I'll
Microphone
hold the coffin
muted.
flash, and you and Rich can call when you want it, yeah?
Yeah, let's go long haul then.
Yeah.
Banana.
I'm blind.
Emo dead.
Very
Pool clear.
blind.
I spoke a banana.
Both.
Both banana,
Okay.
both banana.
Left and right.
Left and right side.
Soon enough. And it's a 10-second stick by Bevy.
Up CT.
While Chris has the kit.
Wait, I didn't know you had no kit.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I didn't
okay.
really try to kit. Fuck.
Library.
Hard long. Dead.
Open one.
Pushing above you, Joe.
Up short, yeah.
The bomb here.
Apps.
Pop dead,
Nice.
one more push.
On site, man.
Yeah.
Side.
Top A.
And short,
On A.
site and short, site and short. On site last.
Site.
Middle.
Low
middle.
one pump.
8 seconds left on the clock. Needs to go
Low
for the
time.
kill. But the moment he goes
That's my
for
buzzer.
it,
Second.
they know they can
Open
take
middle,
it
Kenny
out,
S. Up.
cut it out. Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob. No. Hog
I'll
it
come
out.
in.
1 HP.
Here's the tech 9. Here's the steps nearby.
What gun is
He
this?
is near.
Tech
Unlucky.
9.
I'm just getting railed.
Microphone muted.
Yeah.
Microphone muted.
Pushing now.
2p.
Top
Dead
banana.
short.
One more. One close
Walk long.
B.
Flash that banana.
Microphone
Bring the bomb, Joe.
activated.
Just accelerate out, 2B.
Okay.
Flashing shot. I flashed
I
the
got a smoke
toilet.
photo.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm blind, I'm
Back
blind,
up,
I'm
Just
blind.
go together.
Wait for me, wait for me.
Wait on shot. I'm going for the
I
long
can
spot.
flash pit. Oh, I'm behind.
Yeah.
He went back, he went back. You see ramp.
What long chill.
He's one mid pit as well.
The
Push
corner
mid.
one. I'm
Or
going for
mid.
CT.
2v3.
Mid picking.
This gets a triple kill. I mean, how? He's standing out in the open and he gets 3 very crucial frags.
Microphone muted.
Maybe even the quad. It's spotted out, but Bob's making a lot of
Microphone
noise.
activated.
That's it.
Yeah.
We can't wait there. You just have to go. That's the whole
I have
point.
to go get bomb, that's my issue.
Yeah.
Someone just needs to stay with me so I can't get isolated.
We should movie star this round if someone can drop Rich the molly.
Someone drop me a molly, please.
Everyone
Yeah,
get into banana this round.
Yeah, yeah,
So when
get
they
into
come
that.
down,
I've
we
got a
kill
s-
them and we
I've
go.
got a smoke. Someone drop flashes for me? Anyone?
I
No
have flashes.
flashes.
Drop me.
I'll go first row over here.
I haven't got smoke for CT.
Yeah, it's fine.
Peek mid, peek mid.
He's not. He didn't
This
refresh.
one's dead.
Drop short smoke already.
We gotta get through this.
Wait for that molly to go. Just wait.
That's fine.
So get close to Bevy. Get close to Bev.
Go, Roy.
Molly in now.
I like that crosshair.
Right there.
The black little bit of
Smoking
yellow
now.
Flash.
does feel like
Smoke and runs.
try to shade it, though.
Deep
There's
CT flashing.
the V-bomb.
2-2, one more.
Microphone muted.
Skill tries to- the
Microphone
banana.
activated.
CT.
That's clear.
flashing.
One more C2.
only the singular one secured. However, they
But
can-
CT should be
Bevy's
low,
got
by the
two
way.
flashes. Bevy's
There's a
got
gap
two
in the
flashes.
CT
Double
smoke.
smoke.
Yeah, banana, Rich.
Yeah.
They only have pistols to work with on the T
CT
side.
straight.
Hold banana, Joe. And I'll pick on your contact.
Banana, tagged.
I'm hiding
Double tree.
back.
He's already on the corner.
Watch him CT out, walkout. Alright.
One dead.
Out CT.
Could be two.
CT picking me.
Unlucky.
Oh.
Unlucky. Bevy has 2 flashes there. Why don't you just ask him to flash banana?
Yeah, should have.
Just allowed him to walk up. It's just like simple things like that is what wins you around.
Yeah.
Had taken down this ESCA main match. Unfortunately, they just started that engine up a little bit too late in the game. However,
A loco maloko, lads.
I really don't get this ping, man.
Playoff stream ain't dead yet, boys. We can still get playoffs. We just gotta fucking grind out the rest of the season.
Do, do, do. I think our CT side was just like very not. I don't know. Like in practice, we were very hyperactive on like reactions, and then in that official, we were just like. I mean, I don't know how obviously how the 8 PM prac went, but in the official, we just seemed so slow. Like we was always like 4 or 5 seconds late to do the reaction, and time we did it, it was good reaction, but it was just 5 seconds late because.
I mean, 5 or 6 of the rounds within done B, like we even stat B and we just lost the rounds. And, like,
Yeah,
so
there's
unlucky.
that as well. I mean, it's almost like a couple of the clutch rounds as well, where the round where the half by round when I said walk push ups, get that kill. We're set up perfectly at B, and we kind of just throw our lives away. Like those rounds, you have to play in a style where you become tricky to the opponent. Like running through a smoke, and I'm not just blaming you. I mean, the whole setup was not good at all. But then that comes down to communication in that late round. It's like, are you playing here? You're watching here. I'm gonna come through here, or I'm gonna do this. If this happens, I'm coming through. Like running through the CT smoke is just like not a thing no more. Genuinely, unless you're on a rifle, it's not a thing on a pistol. So like, you should either be coming through like the fucking coffin smoke as 3 rather than 2 people running through the CT smoke, or better yet, have 1 guy boosted and then have 2 guys coffins, 2 guys inside. You're not losing that round that way. When you have 2 guys in CT behind a smoke, you have 2 guys behind the coffin smoke and 1 guy inside, and you've overstacked it. It's like, really? You know what I mean? Like, you have to think about these rounds, and it's like, again, it's all hindsight 101. I can't sit there and say, right, you should have done this, you should have done that. But this is my whole point about when I talk in theory, like. Everything in CS is a thinking game. Having the best conversion rate possible on T side and CT side is all about thinking and decision making. Like, for example, Joe, if you thought about like your percentages of getting a kill in that situation, you would not have gone through, because your percentages are probably at like 3%. Like, you're not going to have an accurate scoring, but like, for example, even if you're doing it like 60-40 or 50-50 or 30-70, your kill there is probably 30% to 70. And like, if in my head, I would be going, I'm just going to bait here and play numbers, because if we can come out coffins as 3 and turn it into a 2v1 or go for 1-for-1, it's in a 2v1, the guy kills him, it then becomes a 1v1, he has to clutch. Like, there's more percentage of converting that round rather than you going through the smoke and getting a kill. I understand it's not a bad play, because like sometimes you can come through a smoke, they're not expecting you. There's always that argument. So I'm not saying it's like terrible, but it's all about a thinking game. It's like, what can I do here to win this round as much as possible? What can we do here when we have this stack to win this round as much as possible? We've got 4 guys on B and we've got the worst setup ever. If we watch that round back, we'd probably laugh at each other, like how bad it is. And in the moment, I can't command or babysit and say, you play here, you play here, you play there, you do this. It's because if I'm doing that, you're going to lose focus on what's happening in the round. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same on T side. Like, man, when we've died at Roy's died at B, you've got that kill in mid. Rory's just called 2B, there's 2A. We've got 1 guy in boiler, 1 guy close mid. Why are we not just running up mid? It don't matter if you have to get the bomb or not. You've asked people to wait. You've then got a shot in the back. Let them run up and get the 2 kills. You get the bomb and go apps. You're not dying from apps. Do you know what I'm saying? It's these sort of rounds is why it costs us a game.